2018 Lexus IS Saloon Review. The good points of Lexus IS Saloon. Hybrid powertrain means low running costs. Quiet and refined drive. Different in the norm. The bad points of Lexus IS Saloon. Petrol engine, a lot of efficient. Poor performance. Doesn't handle along with rivals. Now in the third generation, the Lexus IS is aimed squarely with the BMW 3 Series Saloon. Although you will find there's choice of 7 trims along with a 2 of engines, the true sweet spot within the range could be the IS 300 Hours F Sport on account of its mixture of equipment, visual appearance and sharper handling. The IS as a complete doesn't quite pass muster, being a true comparable to the likes of the wonderful BMW or perhaps the Audi A4 Saloon and Mercedes-Benz class Saloon. It's probably a more in-depth rival for the Jaguars and Alfa Romeo Giulia. Bigger and even more luxurious. The proportions of the IS produce an increase in cabin size, having a wider stance and also a longer wheelbase, providing more rear legroom together with increased luggage space in comparison with the outgoing model. Most versions get 60 hours 40 minutes folding rear seats and also a driver's seat, offering better support along with a more comfortable driving position compared to the previous models. You sit lower inside the cabin and grip a tire inspired through the LFA supercar. Inside, the inside design uses high-tech display equipment and new materials which can be a step up with regard to quality. There are touch-sensitive switches to the air conditioning requiring merely the lightest brush of a finger to function. Extremely low running costs. While the previous generation has had lots of high-tech standard kit along with a range of efficient engines that allowed relatively low-cost motoring, CO2 emissions weren't quite as good since the competitions, which meant fleet drivers looked another way. This version has got the option of any hybrid petrol-electric powertrain with spectacular CO2 figures. It's likely to appeal to private buyers because of high claimed fuel economy figures, while company car drivers are gonna applaud the bottom benefit-in-kind taxation available from a petrol car emitting just 97 GkM in its 300 hours say trim. Great ownership experience. The ownership experience might be fairly flawless. Lexus scores incredibly highly in customer support surveys and its dealerships are recognized for good service. It'll be reliable, too. Lexus would be the luxury arm of Toyota, and that means you get typical Japanese building that should last the length of your ownership period. Lexus IS Saloon model history. February 2013, third-generation Lexus IS Saloon offered to order in petrol-engined IS 250 and petrol-electric hybrid IS 300 hours guises. The range structure begins with say and moves up through luxury, F Sport or over to Premier. Both drivetrains can be found with each trim combination. June 2014, the range is fleshed out further while using launch from the IS 300 Hours Executive Edition, sitting almost the entry-level say. Standard features incorporate a full leather interior and sedan, with 17-inch alloy wheels beautifying the exterior. April 2015. New advanced trim level introduced with the IS 300 Hours featuring many in the more expensive luxury versions. Core features including leather upholstery, heated and ventilated front seats and 17-inch alloy wheels. Modifications experience a reduction in CO2 emissions through the range while using entry-level IS 300 Hours say emitting just 97 GkM. September 2015. IS range expanded using the introduction in the 200 tons versions, powered by the 2.0-liter turbocharged engine developing 245 horsepower. An 8-speed automatic transmission is standard, with all the IS 200 tons obtainable in Sport, F Sport and Premier specifications. All IS 250 models are discontinued. December 2016, facelifted IS range open to order, with first deliveries in January 2017. Visually, the modifications are centered around an altered front end, with high-spec models featuring LED headlamps, even though the suspension and dampers are already tweaked to further improve handling and earn it convenient. The biggest revamp for that cabin centers around a better multimedia system. The specification hierarchy of say, Executive Edition, Sport, Advance, Luxury, F Sport and Premier remains, with all the IS 200 tons only easily obtainable in conjunction while using top 2 trims. Find out the way you rate the Stashing Compact Executive together with the full Lexus IS Saloon review. 2 powertrains to select from. 1 hybrid, 1 4-cylinder turbo. Massive 90% of buyers opt for the former. There's a set of engine possibilities open supplying Lexus's performance. You also obtain the drive mode select system that may alter the response on the engine based on whether you determine to drive in eco, normal or sport configurations. Eco tones things down a little bit and sport sharpens them up. Hybrid powertrain. The first, and a lot popular inside UK, may be the hybrid IS 300 hours. This makes use of the 2.5-liter, 4-cylinder petrol engine coupled with an electric motor. The total power output is 223 horsepower, which can be fed on the rear wheels with a continuously variable transmission CVT gearbox which might be controlled with the paddles mounted behind the controls. Lexus states the IS 300 hours will hit 62 miles per hour in 8.3 seconds, while top speed is 125 miles per hour on the road. This version from the IS doesn't feel particularly quick, though. The power delivery is smooth, however if you try to push quickly you'll soon be frustrated together with the lack of response from that CVT gearbox. It makes plenty of noise, but progress doesn't quite follow. 4-cylinder petrol engine. The other option could be the IS 200 tons that features a 2.0-liter petrol motor perfect for 244 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque on account of its turbocharger. It certainly feels the sportier in the pair but is slightly hampered by its 8-speed automatic gearbox, which is like it saps power through hesitation. It's quicker within a straight line though, boasting a 0.62 miles per hour period of 7.0 seconds as well as a more powerful feel as a result of the boost. Looking at the turbocharger, Lexus reckons 9 beyond 10 buyers will opt for the hybrid option, helping to make the 200 tons something of a rarity. It's not really a particularly bad powertrain, nevertheless it's less efficient as opposed to 300 hours without getting sufficiently more engaging. Balanced and predictable handling. Safe although not exactly soul-stirring. Chassis and suspension revisions for 2017. On the main, the handling in the Lexus is balanced and neutral. It doesn't a single thing untoward when driving normally, and this will be the manner in which a large number of cars will likely be driven. The facelift in 2017 aimed to boost handling dynamics without compromising comfort, and a degree it is successful. While earlier cars endure inert and vague steering, updated versions feature componentry in the larger GS boasting smoother and even more accurate feel. These seemed to be put on eating better, while sporting its structural rigidity increased and suspension revised from the interest of delivering a cushier ride and much better body control. Being rear-wheel drive, you could expect the rear to sneak loose under extremes, even so the neutral balance means leading pushes wide a long time before this. For the most effective handling, you'll desire to order an F Sport using its uprated suspension system. This has been tuned to offer a stiffer composure for flatter cornering, although it's a small amount bumpier being a trade-off. You receive the Drive Mode Select system, which lets the trucker choose from considered one of 4 modes: Eco, Snow, Normal and Sport. Pick the optional towing pack and you'll get yourself a braked towing capacity of just 500 kilograms to the IS 200 tons and 750 kilograms with the IS 300 hours excluding say. There's an optional adaptive suspension system situated on IS 300 hours models with 2 damper settings: normal, for everyday driving, and Sport S Plus for tighter body control. Cabin quality a Lexus strong point. Not quite as nice as more pricey models. Facelift in 2017 brought thoughtful revisions. Being behind the wheel of your Lexus is pretty nice destination for a find yourself. At first glance materials feel of your high quality, although some in the plastic still look outside of place flanked by all that leather. The clever dash is see-through and easy to watch, with both conventional and high-tech screen displayed information available on the driver. You can alter the parameters shown while using the controls on the tire and everything seems to operate in an intuitive manner. F-Sport cars get instrumentation inspired from the LFA supercar, based upon a central rev counter that has a screen from the middle showing you information like your speed. At the touch of the button this moves towards the side to show far more information around the dash. It's for real, but it really is an exceptionally slick and interesting one. The navigation and multimedia systems are extremely simple to use, and there's a few very clever features such as facility to name nearby car parks and have local live traffic information. The Lexus Premium Navigation Multimedia System was enlarged from 7.0 to 10.3 inches in 2017. As you move the joystick control was remodeled to use a new enter button along with a larger palm rest. Other revisions add a slimmer audio and ventilation control panel enclosed by thicker bolsters. This stuck out within the old car and that means you could bang your knee upon it. There's a variety new stitching plus a cup holder arrangement that now accepts a smartphone. Lexus's comfort levels are extremely high. One in the first things you'll notice about this is how quiet it is within the move. The Japanese firm has done a great deal of work around the car's aerodynamics making it slippery plus more fuel efficient. Nevertheless, the knock-on effect with this is that it generates less wind noise too. Furthermore, the hybrid powertrain is almost silent at lower speeds, which further cuts down on the noise intruding in the cabin. The seats have become comfortable and supportive and also the ride quality is excellent. It's slightly bumpier with F-Sport suspension, but not inside a bone-jarringly severe way. 5 main equipment grades from say to Premier. IS 200 tons comes only inside the top 2 trims. Several packs of kit to incorporate optionally too. As in the 2017 facelift you will discover 5 core equipment trims to the IS 300 hours, say, Executive Edition, Luxury, Advance, Sport, F-Sport and Premier. It's not quite as simple the way it sounds though, because the IS 200 tons comes only in F-Sport and Premier. Got that? Good. Standard Lexus saloon equipment. All cars obtain the Drive Mode Select system, which allows the motorist to pick from a trio of modes according to their individual requirements. There's Normal, Eco and Sport, while IS 300 hours models by EV which will keep the car in electric mode for given the possible. Kicking things off is Say Spec, which comes with 16-inch alloy wheels, cruise control, climate control plus a 6-speaker Lexus stereo using a 7.0-inch multimedia screen. The big news to the entry-level trim following the 2017 facelift could be the inclusion of LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights and LED tail lamps. These are not only brighter but add a high-tech look to your outside from the car. In addition, you may upgrade to your Executive Edition, which adds the Lexus Safety System Plus explained inside Safety Section plus automatic high beam and dimming rear view mirror, rain-sensing wipers and heated front seats. The rear seats are split 6040 and there's a reversing camera, 17-inch alloys and satin to finish this generous specification. Luxury has all the minus sat-nav, and adds leather upholstery, metal trim inlays, 8-way power adjustable front seats with powered lumbar adjustment on the trucker's seat and back and front parking sensors. Advanced builds on Luxury with Lexus navigation as standard, however it does not have parking sensors. Sport trim, which adds for the same specification, gains the Lexus Safety System Plus, keyless entry and initiate, dual-zone climate control, heated front seats, automatic lights and wipers, and also a reversing camera. Styling upgrades incorporate a black front grille, mirror covers and minimize rear bumper, 18-inch black wheels, and black cloth with Tahara lightweight synthetic leather interior trim. Finally, you will find two top trims, your only choice in case you opt to the IS 200 tons, called F Sport and Premier. The former includes upgraded LED headlights with LED front fog lights, LF-style instrument dials and 8-way electrically adjustable, heated front sports seats. In comparison to its style, you receive 18-inch alloy wheels, a selected front grille and bumper design, aluminum sports pedals, perforated leather on the leader and gear lever, and aluminum cabin trim. Finally, Premier gets 18-inch alloy wheels, auto-folding door mirrors, 8-way electrically adjustable leather front seats with heating and ventilation, an electrically adjustable steering column, premium sat-nav, reversing camera, upgraded LED headlights, blind spot monitor and rear cross-traffic alert. You also receive the 15-speaker Mark Levinson head unit with DVD player and DAB digital radio. Optional Lexus IS accessories. The Lexus IS isn't exactly filled with additional options, as the trim levels are rather effectively specified. Even so, you will find some decent upgrades you may add dependent upon which grade you ultimately choose. For example, the Lexus Premium navigation might be added to Luxury and F Sport models, while rear parking sensors are an alternative for, say, Executive Edition, Sport and Advanced models. There's a sunroof for your Premier grade. There's also the Premier Pack, which expand F Sport cars by having equipment in the Premier grade, for example F Sport leather seats with 8-way front seat power adjustment, Mark Levinson speakers, blind spot monitor with rear cross-traffic alert, adaptive variable suspension and special aluminum trim inserts. This is optional on 300h but standard on 200 tons. This post-facelift car can be the first to give you a towing accessory pack might be specified. It offers a detachable towing hitch and a range of 7 or 13-pin wiring. IS retains its 5-star safety rating. Lots of autonomous tech added with 2017 facelift. All cars get 8 airbags plus tire pressure monitoring. There is an important amount of equipment installed to enhance Lexus IS safety. This all adds up to a 5-star Euro NCAP crash testing score. An all-new pop-up bonnet means pedestrian safety factors are improved, while you receive 8 airbags, a tire pressure warning system and also the vehicle dynamics integrated management braking, traction control and stability control functions. As part of the 2017 facelift, the IS gained full LED headlights which can be 10% brighter, which has a beam wider by 1 meter spare on both, since the function with the front fog lights too. The Lexus Safety System Plus was added, bringing by using it a pre-crash system, adaptive cruise control, lane departure alert and automatic high beam. This is standard on all cars except base A trim. Premier Grade and also the Premier Pack additionally include a blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic alert. Largest and the majority practical is model. Means more legroom and boot space. Split folding rear seats not standard. Lexus's practicality has enhanced over the previous model. The car is 75 mm more than its predecessor and 10 mm wider too. This results in 50 mm more rear legroom plus a larger boot, now measuring 450 liters. Although there's a button for the key fob as well as a button inside the car, it could be nice should the button within the boot was obviously a little easier to find. It's a waste 6040 rear seats don't come as standard on say version in the IS 300 hours, but can be purchased on higher grades to further improve practicality. You'll easily get 4 adults inside IS, although a fifth is going to be a squeeze since transmission tunnel is rather large and extends along the center from the car.